And then, we can get right into some game coverage. I saw Normal Community versus Yorkville last week at the Corn Crib. Normal Community ended up winning that game 4-2. But, the biggest takeaway, I'll just get right into it, is Gavin Swartz. Indiana commit, 2026. Really established himself as an MLB draft follow for this summer. He is a 6'3", 183-pound frame. It's long levers, and I think there's still more to come. His fastball was 93 to 96 early in the game. He settled at 92 to 94. Showed a slider at like 79 to 83 with just sharp bite and sweeping action at times where he was getting swing and miss on it. His changeup was 86 to 89. Only threw 2. Had sink, and he only threw it to left-handed hitters. But he threw 3.1 innings, struck out 7, walked 2, allowed 1 earned run and a hit. But Ty, when he threw that first changeup at 89, all it made me think of was what we always talk about, Ryan Sloan at State throwing a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. But seeing Gavin do it with the sink, I don't know. It's early. The frame, still has, to me, a lot more room to go. And it was kind of a windy, cruddy day out. It wasn't super cold, but, I think towards the end of the spring, as Gavin gets more comfortable and game ready, the velo is only going to tick up, and his ability to throw strikes with his off speed is only going to tick up. I think that kid's going to have a monster season for Normal. It was really impressive to see, and I think it's only going to get better. And that's what he did last year too. Early on, he wasn't maybe as competitive in games as much, and I'm not saying he wasn't in this game, but as the year progressed and they got to state, the dude was a stud for Normal Community and really pitched well in state against Libertyville, who went on and won the championship. So, big shout out to Gavin. 96 with strikes is super impressive.
I just wanted to piggyback because I really love the video that you posted, and the frame looks incredible. I think with Gavin, I just, what's burned in my brain is that outing he had at state last year against Libertyville. Obviously, Normal Community unfortunately lost a heartbreaker that game, but to see the competitiveness in game and know hey, when it all clicks, he's gonna look like that, like he did at state, and be virtually unhittable. He was absolutely incredible at state last year, and it's just what my brain, it's a lasting image I have of Gavin Swartz on the mound. So kind of like what you said, I think it's only going to get better as the season goes on. Like we said, it's still early. He's probably not even anywhere close to being stretched out fully yet, and really easy to see easy to envision what that's going to look like as we get into May, and hopefully the Ironmen, I'm sure they're hoping they're going to be playing into June as well. So no, just love how Gavin Swartz has been trending, Gav, and I know you'll get a couple more looks at him this year.
Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on a couple other guys that Drew kind of touched on them a couple weeks back when we talked about him, but Gavin Michaels, Cincinnati commit, just continues to impact the game with his speed. I think he tripled in the game, and just his ability to steal bases and just get into scoring position, even if it's a single or a walk. He's just so dangerous. And then Drew Stevens, just easy power off the bat. He barreled one to the left center gap, just easy swing. There's no effort to it, but the ball comes off the bat different. And then for Yorkville, Ryder Fisher, he's a 2026 going to Cornell College. Really held their offense, the Ironman's offense, who is really a pretty potent lineup. He held them at bay throughout the game for the most part. 4 innings pitched, he struck out 3, only allowed 1 run and 2 hits. There were some pretty big situations that he kind of kept Normal from kind of escalating the game and taking it out of the hand. So, shout out to Ryder. His fastball is 81 to 83, and, he was just competing throughout. So, thought that was impressive. And then one more name, very, very, very brief look. But Gavin Shimizu, I believe is how you say the last name. He's a 28 at Yorkville. He had 1 inning in relief and not a ton of strikes. It wasn't the best outing by any means, but the mover and just the athlete is really impressive to me, and he was like mid upper 80s in the game for 1 inning. But a guy to keep an eye on. I know we've talked about him in the winter. I think he was at O'Hare, but yeah, Gavin's just an arm in that class to keep an eye on as he moves forward. But really, I would say, like some of the biggest takeaways from my game. Really kind of a pitching matchup between Gavin and Ryder. So, Nick, I'll let you touch on your game.
So yesterday I went to see number 7 Huntley against Barrington. Ended up being a pretty good game for the start. I was pretty surprised. Huntley made a comeback in the fourth inning. But yeah, so Barrington got started in the top of the first, putting up 3 runs. Joseph Mueller, he's an outfielder, senior for Barrington, hit a 2-run shot. It was pretty cold, windy day, and he got a hold of it and sent it over the left field wall. He looked good in their lineup. He was hitting fifth, playing left, and he also had an RBI ground out later in the game, and was also hit by a pitch. I mean, he was consistently producing hard contact throughout. He had a quick bat, showed some strong hands with the pull side power, obviously with the home run. But yeah, they put up 3 in the first, and then 1, 2, 3 inning in the bottom of the first, and then came back in the second and scored 2 more runs. So they were up 5-0 after 1.5 innings, and then Huntley came back and scored 1. And then it was kind of nothing, and then the fourth inning happens, and Huntley they go on a run. They get hot. Kyle Zeeble hit a 2-run homer to take the lead. He was a senior future gamer for us, quick twitch athlete. He was their leadoff hitter. Definitely had a controlled swing and showed feel for the barrel. And defensively, he also impressed for me. He picked the ball on a steal, tagged a runner out. That was a big moment for him. It might have ended an inning. Drew Borkowski had the first hit of the game for Huntley in the second inning. He had consistently hard contact throughout the game, every at bat. He was on the barrel. He had a deep fly out later in the game too. That kind of got held up in the wind, but it was hit well. And then another guy for Huntley was Travis Dudica, a right-handed pitcher. He's a senior going to Heartland with Borkowski. He came in to kind of close the game in a way. It was a brief look, 1.1 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks, but the fastball was firm. It was 83 to 86, 3/4 slot. He was attacking the zone early. He only showed 2 pitches in this outing. Like I said, it was brief. He showed a slider it was a tight spinning slider with really sharp bite, 73 to 76. But for the brief look, 1 inning, he showed well. And then another guy near the bottom of the order for Huntley that probably had the best day was Gavin Retberg, senior outfielder. He's uncommitted currently. He was hitting 7th in their lineup, and he was producing in every at bat. He was 2 for 2 with a homer to extend the lead to make the score 8-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. He also had a sac fly, and he had a single early in the game that drove in 1. So he had 3 RBIs on the day, scored twice. He showed fast hands with the compact swing, and consistently was doing his job up there at the bottom of the order for him. And then the starting pitcher for Barrington, Dylan Ignasek, a left-handed pitcher going to Southeastern Community College. He got the start, and he looked good. Showed some quality stuff. He had a higher 3/4 slot, mixed his looks, which kept the Huntley hitters off balance. Showed 4 pitches. His fastball was mid to upper 70s with 2,300 plus RPMs. His changeup was in the low 70s. Slider was 68 to 72 with some tight sweeping action, and then his curveball was in the mid 60s with over 2,400 RPMs. But he kept the hitters off balance. He was just pitching to get outs. I think he only had 1 strikeout in 3 innings pitched. But he was pitching to contact. He was eliminating hard contact, but got into some trouble later. But first couple innings for him, he looked really good, and I was impressed with his start. There's a couple more guys that I'll mention in the scout blog when this gets posted, but that was just to name a few guys that showed well for me in this game.
Yeah, and then I saw on Friday morning in Rantoul they had a reschedule. Some cancellations happened across the state because of rain, but St. Joe Ogden and Rock Ridge picked up a game. They played at Rantoul on the turf. St. Joe Ogden ended up winning that game 7-2. But really, again, the biggest takeaway was Colin Schweigen, uncommitted, 2027 from Rock Ridge. He's started on the mound, tossed 3 innings, struck out 5, allowed 2 hits and 1 earned run. 6'3", 212-pound frame. He's really strong, athletic kid, good mover, quarterback, QB1 on the football team. He was a future gamer for us last summer, but continues to get better. The fastball was 87-90. The curveball was 72-75, had 11.5 shape, but I think the biggest takeaway for me from this outing with Colin is that he is now throwing a slider, and it is like big swing and miss potential. Like he only threw a couple in the game, but it is very sharp, sweeping action at 78-79. The 2 that he threw, he got like a swing and miss, I know, on one that struck a kid out. The other one, though, I can't remember exactly what happened, the result of it, but like it is just a really, really good pitch that I think is going to really help his overall arsenal. But he threw strikes for 71% of the time. Like, just a really good outing for him. I think it was only his second outing of the year. He was kind of on a pitch limit. I think he threw like 48 pitches maybe, but just an uncommitted arm there in the 27 class. He's one of the top uncommitted arms in that class. So Colin Schweigen, good stuff there. And then for St. Joe Ogden, Parker Fish started on the mound. He's a Lakeland commit. Really impressive stuff early for him. He threw a ton of strikes, really attacked hitters, kept them off balance. Fastball is 82-85, arm side action. Threw a curveball at 67-70, had some 11.5 shape, and then a changeup at 75. Threw 6 innings, struck out 5, walked 3, allowed 2 runs and 2 hits. And then I had a quick look at the end there of Asher Prumer. He threw 1 inning for St. Joe. He's going to Kaskaskia, but love the mover. It's an athlete with a quick arm, and he was 87-88. So good stuff there from Asher. And then a couple underclassmen from Rock Ridge that I thought were intriguing were Kane DeCarroll, a 2029, and then Magnum Chisholm, a 2028. Both left-handed hitters. Really good stuff there from those two.